Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft the Shipwreck. Today, we're bringing the last chapter, which is chapter 42, and it's titled Jake. Starts on page 346 and goes to page 349. If you guys enjoyed this novel and want to hear more Minecraft novels, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Without further ado, chapter 42. Jake groans as he picks up the ball from the ground and tosses it back to his dad. Come on, what are you aiming at? My feet? You have to be flexible, Dad laughs. You never know where a ball's going to be. All you can do is prepare for it. The next toss is a high arch that Jake has to back up to catch, and he tumbles back through a bunch of shrubberies and grabs the ball just before it sails through a window. Nice catch, Ellen says from behind the open screen, taking a sip of tea from inside her apartment. Thanks, Jake says. Oh, Dad wanted to know if you wanted to join us for dinner. I'd love to. Isabel is also coming over. Can she come too? She asks. She slowly approaches the door, opening it and stepping outside, watching the sun setting over the distant city. The more the merrier. I'm going to get started, Dad says, ruffling Jake's hair. I'll see you two later. How are you doing? Jake asks. It's been a week since they solved the last puzzle in the game. He hasn't seen any construction work start on the site, and Dad hasn't said anything about it either. Good, Ellen says, holding her tea gingerly. She smiles at Jake, her eyes dancing and full of life. You know, when you kids first found the server, I hadn't thought about the world I created in so long. I was rather upset, just like when you all found those photos. I hadn't wanted I hadn't wanted to think about my life, my failures. Jake tosses the ball a little into the air and catches it. You did attack us and steal all our stuff, he says, teasing. I gave it back, Ellen says, chuckling a bit. I realized you three were serious about playing, of course. The whole world was meant for Bella, but she never even knew about it. We hadn't spoken for years, not since the fight we had when she left for college. She already wanted nothing to do with me by then. You were busy with the community center. That was always Christopher's forte. He loved it, and then his cancer was rough on all of us. But I helped out a lot, and the three of us, we had so much fun. She sighs, and then I had to keep working, keep everything afloat, and I lost perspective. Jake reaches out to touch Ellen tentatively on the shoulder. He'd spent so much time thinking she was mean when she was sad and lonely the whole time, missing her daughter. I know it's hard. My dad couldn't. We never talked about it either. You two look pretty happy now, Ellen remarks. Jake shrugs. We're working on it. He used to work all the time too, and he still does, but we're both talking about it. That's all any of us can do, Ellen says. Thank you for showing her the game. I don't know if I ever would have had the courage. I know I just gave up there, but seeing the three of you play, how much fun you had solving the riddles, seeing what you'd built together reminds me of why I made it in the first place. Jake throws himself forward into a hug, wrapping his arms around her. Thank you, he says, muffled into her bathrobe. Ellen stiffens, like she's surprised, and then pats him gently on the back, accepting it. You're welcome, she says. I'm glad you found the server and enjoyed the game. Makes me feel young again, she laughs, wiping at her eyes. Thank you for the adventure. Jake smiles at her before he makes his way back home. He passes by Tank and Viv in the courtyard and waves to them. Science experiment, Tank explains. Go ahead, drop it in. Viv pours white powder from a measuring cup into a bottle filled with clear liquid on the ground, squeals and runs away just as it bubbles up and over Jake's shoes. He skips backward, shaking his feet. Sorry, man, it's just vinegar and baking soda. Should come out easy. Your shoes okay? Oh, yeah, Jake says, and then does a double take. Tank is wearing brand new stylish sneakers. Great shoes. Tank grins. Thanks, my dad got these for me. As a back to school gift, he glances at Viv, who is taking pictures of the now inherent bottle of the aftermath. Hey, we still on for tomorrow? Yeah, for sure. Hey, have you ever been to Beacon before? Emily really wants to have one in our new base. Never, but I'm excited to try. Tank says, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, Jake calls out. The apartment is filled with the scent of freshly baked bread in the living room. It's something new, covered in plastic. Oh, check it out. It was delivered earlier. I wanted to wait until you were home to unwrap it. Jake approaches the bulky object and grabs a sheet of plastic. Dad takes out the other side, and together they reveal a soft looking couch with big fluffy pillows. It looks quirky, with a weird offbeat stripe pattern of blues and greens that reminds Jake of running water. I went with the color you said looked good, Dad says. What do you think? Looks great. Dad flops down on the couch and says, You nervous about starting school next week? Jake shakes his head and smiles. Not at all. He settles onto the couch next to Dad, thinking of all the adventures waiting for him and his friends. Everything feels just right, Jake says. It feels like home. That wraps up Minecraft the Shipwreck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, and I will see you for the next novel.